Good afternoon, NFL fans. This is Raj coming to you from Level 1 Takes, and I'm here to give my analysis and breakdown on uh, what I think could be a possible upset today in one NFL game. However, I was really thinking about doing two. But this one I'm gonna do, the one I'm actually do is the Bears the Panthers and the Bills. But I was thinking of taking the Bears in the upset today. However, uh, I see they have three of their cornerbacks down. At least that was reported on the Bears homepage. So I don't know how official that is or if it's official at all. Uh, so I'm just going to stick with this one that I'm actually going to go with, and that is the Panthers and the Bills. So the Bills. This is Week 8. The Bills are coming this game at 4-2. The Panthers are coming in at 4-3. However, the Bills are favored coming to this game at a -7, and uh, the Bills are currently on a 2-game losing streak, and the Panthers are coming in on a 3-game winning streak. So they have some pretty good momentum going. However, they are down their starting quarterback, so Bryce Young. So they will be coming in with Andy Dalton to be the starter, and he's coming in with everything in place already. So all he has to do is just manage the game and um, not make too many mistakes. And we don't have much to go off of him for this year. However, last year he was okay. He started 5 games. He was 1-4, but he threw 160 passes and completed over 100 of them for a completion percentage of 66%. And he threw 7 touchdowns, but it all came with one caveat, and that is he threw 6 interceptions. So that's the one red flag with him. And however, the Bills they are second in the league in team defense when it comes to pass against the pass. So uh, that's going to be something to watch. However, they have no one standout individual on that in the secondary that's putting up a ton of numbers that's stand out. So uh, the Bills are coming in here. The last game they played, they coming in off a loss. They played a couple of weeks ago against Atlanta on Monday night, and they lost that game 24-14. And the Panthers, they're coming in off of a win last week against the Jets, 13-6 in New York. So they're back at home. The Panthers are back at home today in this one. They are undefeated at home. They're 3-0. So they're coming in riding high with momentum, and all the players on offense are healthy. They have Chuba Hubbard back in the starting lineup. At least he's penciled to be in there. However, they had the league's third leading rusher, Rico Dowdle, who was actually his backup. At least he was. I don't know if that's still the case, but he's. They both earned both significant roles now that Dowdell is third in the league in rushing, and he has over 500 yards, about 550 to be exact. And the now the Bills, they're scoring 27 points a game. However, to the Panthers 20 or 21, but that could be um, those could be that at those levels simply because of certain other factors, and depending on the defense they're playing against, or So that, but both teams are very capable of putting points on the board. And Dalton is not, he hasn't forgotten, I'm sure, how to play. He came in last week. He threw 7 passes. He was like 4 or 7, so that was like 60%. Um, and he's not exactly fell off, you know, to the point where he can't step in and hold his own, I would say. And but we'll start with so the Bills. The Bills, they come this game, they're fourth in offense. They they're averaging like over 350 yards a game. They're up to like 300, almost 80 yards a game, and so that's a lot for them. They're actually that's second in the league, I believe, second or third in as far as yards goes. Now that offense, of course, starts with the quarterback Josh Allen. He's 18th in passing so far this year, and he's completing 68% of his passes, and he's throwing for over 230 yards a game. He's got 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and a passer rating of 103, and that says a lot. That passer rating, that's a significant marker for how well he's doing so far. Last game they played the Falcons. He only threw for 180 yards. Falcons played good defense. They played a good all-around game against the Bills. So the Bills weren't able to do a whole lot. Now he did manage to throw 2 touchdowns, but he also threw 2 interceptions that game. And so his running back is James Cook. He's coming in the league fourth in rushing behind Dotto, who's third. And he has over 500 yards as well. He's up 537, and he's averaging 5 yards a carry, and he's averaging over 89 yards a game. And he has 5 touchdowns on the year so far on the ground. So he's a big, huge part of that offense as well. And the receivers are the leading one is tight end Dalton Kincaid. He's listed as questionable. I don't know if he's going to play today. Josh Palmer is out also today. But other than that, they have Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir, and Curtis Samuels, who's healthy today. And Shakir's the standout. He's at the top of that 3-man crew there. He has 268 yards this year in passing receptions, and he's averaging about almost 45 yards a game. So that's the significant weapon, I would say. At least if Kincaid can't go today, then they're going to be hampered in the passing game. So defensively, they're 15th coming in today's game, and they're giving up over 300 yards a game total, 167 yards in passing, and a little bit over 155 yards on the ground. So that's going to be quite. They're going to have a challenge going against that Panthers offense, because the Panthers are coming in with pretty significant amount of weapons. Now they're on the, like I said, 3-game winning streak, and they're 19th in offense. They're putting up 20 points a game themselves, and they're putting up over 325 yards a game. Now, like I say, they're coming in with Andy Dalton, who, like I said, we don't have much to go on this year. Last week he stepped in after Bryce Young got hurt, and he threw for 60 yards. Now, his running back, of course, is Dowdle, who's third in the league in rushing. He's touched the ball 98 times on the ground already, and he's got 500 about 550 yards on the ground, and he's averaging over five and a half yards a carry, and he's averaging about 78 yards a game. He has 2 touchdowns so far this season. In doing so, his last week against the Jets, he carried the ball 17 times for 79 yards, and he had over 4.5 yards on the ground on each touch. So he's a big threat. And Chuba Hubbard also played last week. He had 14 carries for 31 yards. So, like I say, Hubbard is penciled in as a starter, but that tandem is formidable in itself. So that's going to keep the Bills defense off balance. Now the weapons on through the air for Dalton today, he's got a ton of them. He's got Xavier Leggett. Um, now he last week he caught 9 passes for 92 yards, and he had a touchdown against the Jets, the long touchdown as far as that goes. They also had a rookie, big Terrell McMillan, who's a big threat. They have Tremaine. Can't think of his first name, but the other wide receiver, he's a big threat as well. His first name will come to me. But they have 6 receivers total with over 100 yards so far this season in catching. They also have Hunter Renfro, Jimmy Horn Jr., uh, uh, David Moore. They got 4 tight ends they could go to, and they all play and get significant amount of touches when they do, and they make big impacts when they do play. So the Panthers have quite an array of weapons that they could go to and use. And Dalton, all he has to do is just manage the game well. Don't make a ton of mistakes. Don't play erratic, and just play within what they want him to do. And they to me they'll look good. And the defense, they coming in this game 7th. They're giving up 21 points a game, and they're giving up about almost just under 300 yards total in passing. I'm talking not passing, total. They're giving up over 200 yards, about 200, just over 200 yards, 200, almost 205 yards in passing a game, and they're giving up less than 100 yards on the ground, at just over 90. So it looks to me that the Panthers have a great chance of winning this game, and I would say this game will come down to uh, what Andy Dalton can do, and and the secondary just hold up, and it looks like the Panthers could be on their way to a victory today. And like I say, the other game that I was gonna pick was the Bears in Baltimore against the Ravens, but with 3 cornerbacks listed as out, that may be a tough task. Even though the Ravens are coming in with Tyler Huntley, the backup, uh, you don't have much to go on as well with him either. However, um, he did play a little bit last week, but um, it's hard to say how that would go. But I would have banked my bet my bank on the Bears uh, taking that one today, and I still think they're gonna put up a nice test against the Ravens. But I don't know. The Ravens weapons that are formidable. They got the usual usual suspects that are in all around. With Derrick Henry in the backfield and the receivers with Hopkins and Zay Flowers and Andrews. So yeah, and in the passing game, so it's hard to go against them. Even though, and Tyler Huntley last week he played a little bit. He he was 5 of 10 passing, so um, he can be productive and effective in that offense. So I don't know. The Bears, however, with all that being said about the guys that's going to be out today, they do lead the league in turnover differential. So they force a lot of turnovers. They got about 11 interceptions this season so far. That's tops in the league as a team. And but like I say, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears win or lose this game either way. But if they win it, I would not be surprised. So and they have offense that's getting better. They got um, a Luther Burden, a rookie they drafted. And matter of fact, Colston Loveland, the tight end, he's starting today because the starter is Cole Kmet. He's out, listed as out for today. Colston Loveland, he's probably one. He was definitely one of the best tight ends drafted this season, and so uh, and he's been playing this year so far too. So now DeAndre Swift, their running back, he's listed as questionable. I don't know if he's going to play or not, but they do have a backup, Kyle Monange. He's pretty good too. He don't have a whole lot of playing time behind Swift. And Swift, if he plays though, this is going to be a tough test for both teams either way. But I would not be surprised if the Bears go into Baltimore. And matter of fact, the experts have the Ravens. Last I seen was 3-point favorites. But I would not be surprised if the Bears uh, take that game. Well, with that being said, I'm gonna close for now and talk to you next time. Thanks.